Oh, I saw this floating around Twitter like 2-3 days ago, but I didn't want to watch it. I didn't want to like react to it, look at it, anything on stream, because you know they take that type stuff down. But now that it's coming from the official Virtua Fighter channel, hey look, Virtua Fighter official, welcome to the official Virtua Fighter YouTube channel. I want to watch it and look at it and see how this gameplay is looking, because one of the things that they heavily emphasize is the fact that they said that they want like not less dynamic, but they want less flashy fireballs, bright colors all over the screen, fucking normal niggas turning into dragons out of nowhere, people with jaguar masks on their head drop kicking you and pulling chairs out of thin air, pocket dimensions. So I really want to see how that manifests in the way that the game plays, and just how the match intros are going to look, and how it's going to be gritty and realistic overall in general, because they said that's going to be the main draw of their game, that in both gameplay, the way that the characters fight, that is going to be gritty and realistic, and the way that, like I said, it isn't a bunch of colors and extra unnecessary shit trying to blind you. It's only 35 seconds, but we're gonna really stare down this footage. Ooh. So the leaked image I saw the other day had a gauge right here that I was talking about on stream, had a gauge right here, so that might have just been a cap. But that intro right there, they cooking with this one. Because I will say Tekken, now that I think about it, I don't really like the match intros too tough. Like, I don't hate them either, but I don't like them too tough in Tekken compared to that. The way that it dynamically flipped around, and that you could see like the bar really like see how the bar looks like it's floating above their head in 3D space and it's rotating around. Come on, man. Hey, that was perfect rhythm too. Game go. Okay. I like the little trails and the little sweat impacts and stuff like that make it look unique in a good way. I like the health bar too, and the fact that it drains towards the timer. Which, for those of you who aren't FGC, basically in a good fighting game, like a good fighting game UI, the health bar will always start full in the direction towards the edge of the screen and will empty out towards the middle of the screen. So you see how this bar started out here, and as they get hit is draining towards this way. That's a sign of good UI in a fighting game, because when it's the other way around, where it starts off full here and then drain towards this direction towards the end of the screen instead of away from the end of the screen, it gets harder to like check your health at a glance, because most fighting games do it this way because it's more simple, because you can see two things at once if you need to, and like have to use less brain power and less peripheral vision necessarily to be able to see the timer. Not only that, but your brain is so used to seeing UI that does this, when it's the other way around, it confuses the brakes off of you. Oh, I wonder if that actually does damage, like if kicking somebody into like a bunch of boxes or stuff like that, if it's just something that's just a cool cosmetic thing that happens, or if it does damage. Because like, but besides like Dead or Alive and like the Tekken 4 days, we haven't really seen a lot of games play with like dynamic stages in terms of like floor layout since Tekken 4, for real, because like a lot of them don't like how competitively that shit was very janky and very hard to program around. But we're in a new day, we're in a new age where programming around jankier mechanics, like you could hire more talent to deal with stuff like that. So I want to see how interesting they can make this. This look good. This don't look like how shitty Virtua Fighter 5 look. This don't look like no shitty ass Virtua Fighter 5. I'm not gonna lie. This is not the 3D fighting game that like I would be most excited for to come back, that I'm most excited for a sequel to. That would be Soul Calibur, but I'm not gonna lie. This is a great runner-up. This shit is looking fire right now. Like how people are hyped for that new Fatal Fury game, I'm kind of hyped for this new Virtua Fighter. Shit looking good. This shit looking good. That's a concept video though. That's a concept video. I found out I gotta do that to make shit work. Hold on a second. So, I seen some news on my timeline today, right? Today, I'm scrolling on my timeline. I look. I see a post that they're going to do a movie adaptation of not only Horizon Zero Dawn, but Helldivers, alongside that Until Dawn movie that they announced a while back, which, dear God, I hope the production on that movie just ceases, because I feel like they're gonna make this shit ass. Anyways, I want to read through this and see if there's anything special, any cool details. God damn, nigga, it's a paragraph. Ain't shit, we gonna get out of here. Details on the new Helldivers movies are scant. Both companies noted that at CS 2025, the new adaptation is already in production. The latest game in the franchise, Helldivers 2, blah blah blah. So this is just really like announcement confirmations. I really clicked on these articles for no reason, but the thing I wanted to say is look at the crazy contrast between Until Dawn. Albeit, I don't trust Sony to make a good Until Dawn movie. I will admit, Until Dawn is a very beloved, I don't want to say video game franchise because there's only one game and a fucking remaster, but it's a very beloved video game that a lot of people have a positive perception of. A lot of people would like to see more stuff involving. So I can understand an Until Dawn movie. Helldivers 2 came out last year and was a breakout success, and the game has no like direct story mode in terms of you go through the story and it's cutscenes and stuff like that, like how a Halo would do, or a Gears of War or something like that, or even Space Marines. So there's no like direct story, but there is a story involved in the gameplay of Helldivers 2. So seeing a Helldivers 2 movie adaptation get announced makes sense. I understand that. On the other hand, show of hands, class, show of hands. How many people played Horizon Zero Dawn and said, I want to support everything Horizon Zero Dawn related, especially a movie? Why are you holding your hand on the ground? Oh, because you want to make sure it is very clear that you weren't raising your hand? Okay, cool. Now I know why everybody else in the room is doing it too. Didn't nobody ask for no Horizon Zero Dawn movie. Horizon Zero Yawn. Game ain't even that bad. They just dragging it, bro. They dragging it. Nobody asked. You know something else that nobody asked for? Suicide Squad studio Rocksteady reportedly suffering more layoffs. Now, usually I don't bring up articles like this that I see a lot of the time, because a lot of the time when I see articles like this, I just be sitting there thinking to myself like, dog, we don't really need to see more articles like this. Oh, one of these is a RGB button. Just learn that today. Let's go. But one of the reasons why I don't bring up these articles very often is because it's like, bro, we get it. It's sad to see people get laid off from a job in what could potentially be their dream industry. One, but two, it's even more sad to see people get laid off because of mismanagement. Because I guarantee you that they were overworked. They were basically, not literally, but they were metaphorically, basically, henceforth, therefore, semi-partially, technically, whipped across the back and told to produce the. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, that sort of was the case. Because I remember that this game was supposed to be something different. This was supposed to be an online multiplayer. Think of like Batman Arkham, but if you and your friends could play as Batman's crew, right? So like a Gotham Knights type ordeal, but instead of with the Gotham Knights, with the Suicide Squad, and instead of with all the shitty live service elements, it was supposed to harken back to more of the original Rocksteady Batman gameplay. But then WB slapped their dick on the table and said, I pay the bills around here and I'm gonna make decisions about the development of this game, even though I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Make it a live service game. So they were forced to retroactively make a game that was never supposed to be a live service game into a live service game. Now, because they were forced to change their creative vision into something worse, they're getting punished for it. Let's fucking go. People suffering at the hands of mismanagement and corporations. Let's fucking go, bro. Let's fucking go. But some of the programmers, artists, and quality assurance, that's what QA means in this context, staff at Rocksteady have been made redundant, it's claimed. What the fuck? Oh. They fired them niggas. That's a fancy way of saying they fired them niggas and said fuck you. The cuts reportedly took place at the end of last year, impacting some programmers, artists, and quality assurance staff. It was reported last September that numerous Rocksteady employees have been made redundant over the previous month, including its QA department being more than halved from 33 staff to 15. As the latest tittle from the studio behind the celebrated Batman Arkham franchise, Suicide Squad was once one of the industry's most highly anticipated games. Yes, it was. That is a very true fact. Everybody who highly anticipated this game regrets it. But enthusiasm for it seemingly waned during a proactive development cycle, which is something I just talked about. They wanted to make one game and WB said that shit's not gonna make us infinite money. We want a Fortnite. Use popular characters and make us a Fortnite. That's what some old fart at WB said, and they was like, that's not what we want to make. Then again, like I said, they put their penis and their cock and their balls all on the table because these niggas is aliens. So they got a penis and a cock. And they put they 4 sets of balls on the table and said, we make the money around here. We're the reason why these doors are open. So that means we know what we're talking about, even though we don't. And they forced it to be something that it wasn't supposed to be. Following several delays, it was released last February to a mixed... Wow. So that means if it was released last year, February, and they gave it out for January PlayStation Plus, that means yet again, they waited till the end of the year to give out a game that released in the last year that fucking sucked, that nobody asked for on PlayStation Plus. Let's fucking go. Giving us games on PlayStation Plus nobody cares about. For several delays, following several delays, it was released last February to a mixed critical reception. Mixed, nigga, to a straight panning. That shit got panned. That shit got beat with a pot, bro. Now, did it deserve to get beat with a pot? Absolutely. This game was not that good. It wasn't that bad, but it surely wasn't that good. The game function. That's the most positive I can say about it. The game function in Captain Boomerang's moveset was cool, but it was so many ass movesets in that game. Can't make up for it. Commercial failure with the publisher and Rocksteady owner Warner taking a $200 million loss on the game. The studio confirmed last month that Suicide Squad's current season will be its last. The title is one of January Plus's. Yeah, that's what they're talking about. It's one of the PlayStation Plus essential games. I'm not surprised, man. Like I said, there's another example. If y'all need one, there's another example of the studio released a woke game and they went broke. Nah, let me stop. Because I can already hear them motherfuckers yelling at the top of their lungs, go woke, go broke. But it's not because this game was woke, it failed. It's because the developers woke up every day and had to make a bullshit ass game and push it out onto everybody's heart. Push it out to the masses so that they can download this bullshit onto their hard drives. Speaking of hard drives and consoles in general, allegedly, half of you niggas go to sleep and just leave your console the fuck on. You never cut your PS5 off. To me, that's freaking crazy. Cause like I have like the way I use my computer, I rarely and barely turn it off, but never. Fucking crazy. Fun fact: you should power cycle your console twice a day at least, meaning cut it the fuck off and cut it back on twice a day if you're using it like a heavy amount. Cause I remember when I went to Defend the North last year, Defend the North 2024, like every hour, all the setups that the games were being played on, it was either hour or 2 hours. Everybody, they had to go, yo, finish up your matches. Once you finish this match, we gotta turn these consoles off, leave them off for a few seconds, and turn it back on. We gotta power cycle all these bitches so they don't mess up. So like, if you're heavily using your console, you should cut that bitch off and cut it back on often. But Sony Interactive Entertainment's Vice President of Game Product and Player Experiences, Corey Gaswer, I don't know why I said it like that, told GameFi, hey yo, Why are you doing that to all them poor games, man? They just wanted to live a beautiful life, and you just decided to go over there and just rub those games in inappropriate ways that traumatize them for the rest of their life. Oh, wait, what you say? Oh, you said game file is ran by a woman, so it don't count? Oh, yeah. Insert something about the games wanted it. Anyway, going back to this, that the Welcome Hub feature, which debuted last year, came as a result of discovering this ever-even split in player habits. So for those of y'all who don't know, the Welcome Hub is basically a feature in PlayStation where when you cut your PlayStation on, it boots to a screen where it shows you a bunch of ads. We gained a lot of insights about how players interact with their PlayStation 5th edition systems between PlayStations. A small example is we had an internal hypothesis that far more people would put their console into rest mode than fully shut it down each time between their play sessions. The way I do it is when I'm done with the console, if I need to charge my controller, I'll put it on rest mode, but most of the time, like, it'll stay on rest mode for like an hour, then cut off, because that's what I have my console set to. Because why use up a whole bunch of fucking electricity powering a console that ain't doing shit? I also have 2 PCs that I use. That might also be part of why I cut this shit off so often. A small example, no. As it turned out, it was actually about 50-50 between the two options for all of our players. So what that meant was about 50% of our users, when they booted up, if they were in the US, they were landing on our Explore page. The outside the US would land on the page for the last game that they have played, meaning they fully cut their game off and fully cut it back on. The Welcome Hub was therefore developed long after the PS 5th edition's release for these players who do not use rest mode, something Sony didn't believe was necessary. I know today I'm being an L reader, but statistically speaking, I read better than you, bitch ass nigga, and I've been doing it since the 6th grade. Anyway, it arrived in September and essentially lets players customize their home screen with their blah blah blah. Are they adding anything? No, they're not adding anything else of value. But I found this interesting because, like, I really want to know, unless you're like somebody who is a hardcore competitive gamer, or unless you're somebody who makes extensive amounts of money off of playing your game all day, why ain't y'all cutting y'all consoles off? So y'all just going to sleep with your PS5 on? What is your PS5 doing on, bro? Goddamn, light bill be $20,000 because you don't want to cut your PlayStation off. Anyway, let's delete these articles. And today, what time is it? 11:29. Yeah, I'm about to hop in Marvel Rivals Ranked. For those of y'all who are still here watching the stream, all you need to do is reload your tabs. Actually, I'm gonna watch this video while I eat something real quick, but for those of y'all still in this stream, all you need to do is reload your tabs. Reload your tab.
Hi everyone, it's me, Tim.